Hello, my young readers, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you made it. Guys, not only do we have a new story for you, but we've got a new character. That character, Fly Guy. Now, once you hear the story, you watch the video, and if you like Fly Guy, you know what you need to do. You need to hit that like button. In fact, you need to abuse that like button. Just rip it down if you can. Smash it. Because we need to know if we need to go and make sure that Fly Guy stays around on the channel. So guys, if you're not ready, go ahead, go get your snacks, go get your drinks, pause the video, run to the bathroom, come on back, and we'll get started. Stay tuned. The name of this story is called Fly High, Fly Guy by Ted Arnold. A boy had a pet fly. He named him Fly Guy. Fly Guy could say the boy's name, Buzz. Chapter 1. One day, Buzz said, "It's time to take a road trip." Fly Guy wanted to go too. "He's too little," said Mom. "He might get lost." "Sorry," said Dad. "Fly Guy stays home." He shut the trunk. "Okay, let's hit the road." The family drove and drove. They stopped for a picnic. Mom opened the trunk. Fly Guy flew out. Dad said, "How did he get in there?" "Just don't lose him," said Mom and Dad. "Now, let's eat." Chapter 2. They drove to the beach. Then it was time to go. Mom and Dad said, "Is Fly Guy lost?" "No," said Buzz. "Here he is." They drove to the art museum. Then it was time to go. Mom and Dad said, "Is Fly Guy lost?" "No," said Buzz. "Here he is." They drove to the fun park. Then it was time to go. Mom and Dad said, "Is Fly Guy lost?" "No," said Buzz. "Here he is." Chapter 3. "It's time to go home," said Mom. "Let's hit the road," said Dad. They drove and 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 drove. But they did not get home. "We're lost," said Mom and Dad. Buzz and Fly Guy had an idea. Buzz said, "Fly high, Fly Guy." Fly Guy flew high into the sky. He used his super fly eyes to spy their house. Fly Guy led the way home. "Thank you, Fly Guy," said Mom and Dad. "You saved the day." "Yay, Fly Guy!" Well, that ends our story. Well, guys, that was our new character, Fly Guy. And boy, did he have an adventure right out the gate. But hold on to your snacks, because this one was a road trip.
It sure was. The classic family vacation, scenic routes, sing-alongs, and let me check my notes. Oh, right, abandoning your pet fly at home. Harsh, Buzz parents, harsh.
They didn't abandon him. They just thought Fly Guy might get lost. But guess what? What? Dad accidentally shut him in the trunk. Oh, that's a classic dad move. Last week, mine locked the car keys in the fridge with milk. Okay, so Fly Guy's stuck in the trunk, but he's like, road trip, let's go. And off they zooming, windows down, went in their, hair, antenna, whatever.
Yeah. Well, trunk life, 10 out of 10, 5-star accommodations, comes with free luggage, fuzz, and the faint smell of gym shoes.
Hey, wait a minute. When did we get studio audience? Do we have studio audience now?
No, we don't have studio audience. I know a guy who knows a guy, so I got connections now.
Oh, okay. You got connections. Interesting. Well, did you also notice in the story that they were constantly wondering where was Fly Guy? Mm-hmm. And every time they posed the question, Buzz always had an answer because he knew Fly Guy was out there living his best fly life.
Mm-hmm.
What? No studio audience laughter for that?
Well, you didn't really talk to the guy that I know. Now, if you want, I can put in a word for you, and you can get, a studio audience for you when, you make your comments.
Well, it could have been worse. I could have had crickets for my comments, so...
No.
That's okay. I'm fine.
I'll talk to him, and we'll see what we can do for you. How's that?
You don't have to do that. I'm just messing with you. Now, let's get back to the story. Now, the part where they're looking for, Fly Guy, and they're always finding him in his natural habitat, but Buzz is always pointing it out. That one time he was, doing a backstroke in ketchup, in that ketchup packet? Really try. Really?
Well, I think that deserved a studio audience kind of laughed on that, too.
You are hilarious, Try. That's all I got to say is you are the one who's hilarious.
Well, you know what? I think we both deserve an award because neither one of us kind of mentioned the elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. I mean, we staring at it, but we have not mentioned it at all. And you do know what that elephant is.
I do.
And I'll go ahead and just mention it.
Go ahead.
They have a fly for a pet. I'll repeat that. A fly for a pet. Does anybody else see anything a little with that?
You know what? You are the one who deserved that award because I can't believe you went as long as you did and not mention it. I thought something's not right.
It was a struggle.
You brought it back in because it wouldn't have been you if you hadn't have mentioned it. I would have thought something had gone wrong with you.
Can you imagine having a pet fly and when you're looking for him, all you gotta do is go to the trash, the garbage can, which happens to be a fly's natural habitat of all things, the garbage. I'd have to say a no, hard no on that.
Well, no for a pet, but for a character on our channel, I'm gonna go with a hard yes. But that's not really up to me. It's up to our fam out there, our young readers. Now, guys, if you like the story and if it really, resonated with you and you'd like to hear some more of Fly Guy, because I think Fly Guy will probably have some really interesting stories to bring on the channel. You guys got to hit and smash that like button.
I couldn't agree more with you. It's, for me, a no as a pet. I would not have a fly as a pet. But as a character on this channel, that's a whole different story. And in fact, it is. And I've seen some of the stories of Fly Guy, and I think they would probably be some really good ones. And you know, I could probably get into some of this stuff with you on Fly Guy. So, yeah. But, little darling, that is my time. And I will see all of you all in the next video. Bye!
Well, there goes Miss Triangel. Well, guys, I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but if you like this story and want to see more like it, you gotta hit that like button, right? Now, I hope you enjoyed this story. I hope you got something out of it. And I'm hoping that you smash that like button. Well, until next time, my young readers, I am your little darling narrator out.